Here are 10 different ways to use your body language that will make almost any woman to go after you. The vast majority of males find out that even when they are quite skilled at striking up conversations with girls, there is a great deal more to consider than just that. The vast majority of the time, a significant component of what's lacking is a fundamental lack of knowledge of body language. But it's not just that some males don't have the sort of body language that attracts women. It's also that the body language they do have leaves ladies bored, indifferent, or nervous. In other words, it's not simply that some guys don't have the kind of body language that attracts women. I'm going to demonstrate how you too can have the kind of charming, confident, and unignorable body language that makes you impossible to ignore and that naturally attracts ladies. In addition to teaching you a poor body language practice that repels women, this lesson will show you. Number 10. Fluid eye contact. Even when it looks as though you have everything going for you, ruining your chances of chatting to a female by making bad or excessively controlled eye contact is a certain way to damage your efforts. To put it another way, if you want a female to feel comfortable talking to you because you have cool eye contact, then you need to be fluid. To put it another way, your eye contact must not appear forced. If you want to put a girl at ease and get her to talk to you, look her dead in the pupils, smile, and then glance away from her. This will accomplish both of those goals. It's possible that you're wondering, that's a bit on the extreme side. Yet in reality, it strikes the ideal equilibrium by accomplishing both of the following. To begin, it is much more likely that you will create purposeful and cordial eye contact if you direct your attention to the pupil and smile than simply focusing on the eyes. And second, because you are constantly looking away, you don't come across as being very intense. Try your hand at it. Number 9. Do you work at a desk? Sit a lot? How often do you look at your phone? Why? Because your shoulders are sending a clear message to females that you not only have terrible posture, but that you may even be a little bit scared by others around you. This is because your shoulders are informing girls loud and clear that you have poor posture. The most disappointing aspect of the situation is that the vast majority of men are not as reclusive as they give the impression of being. Rather, they are unaware that the activities they engage in on a daily basis give them the appearance of being encased in a barrier and that this causes women to lose interest in them. Getting out of your comfort zone and attracting the attention of ladies may be accomplished in only one step, and here it is. If you plan on utilizing your body language to attract women, you should get in the habit of paying attention to what they do first. Just round your back and keep your shoulders in that position. That wraps it up. It will be unpleasant at first, but merely retaining this position will develop the muscles in your back, which will forever produce the cornerstone confidence that most ladies strive for. Number 8. Be brave and unmoved. Just seeing how someone stands may provide a wealth of information about that person. It's important to project an air of self-assurance and power if you want to capture the attention of ladies. Hence, here is how you should position yourself. Place your feet so that they are shoulder-width apart. You will be able to big yourself up with the aid of this. As was previously discussed, make sure your shoulders are pulled back. Act as though your clothing is still hanging up in the closet on the hanger it came with. Have an upbeat and confident demeanor at all times, and try to keep your arms at your sides. When you put it all together, you've got a killer posture that won't only make you stand out from the crowd, it'll also bring females heading your way even if you don't do anything else to attract their attention. Number 7. Always make an effort to be seen in a way that is open or friendly, no matter what you're doing. And one simple method to accomplish that is to display your palms, even if it's only for a fraction of a second. This is just one of the many examples of effective body language. If you can work in some open, palms-up hand gestures while you're talking or interacting, you'll have girls heading naturally gravitating towards you. Now, this does not mean that you have to just stand with your palms out, because that would be a little weird. But if you can work in some open, palms-up hand gestures while you're talking or interacting, you'll have girls heading naturally gravitating toward you. Number 6. Be open about your prejudices. Not only are women aware that men scrutinize them, but when the conditions are right, they actively want this attention and keep their fingers crossed that they receive it. If you think this seems like an issue that decent guys have, you're right. Good guys will go to locations where females anticipate guys to be a little bit more open and a little bit more upfront, and instead of revealing their intentions, they wind up seeming out of place because they don't make a move. So this is what you should do in its place. To begin, it is important to keep in mind that in particular social circumstances, females like for males to flirt with them. Following that, you should let the female who interests you notice that you are looking her out, and you should grin when she does so. It is one of the things that causes women to avoid eye contact with you. Number 5. Put an end to the fidgeting. A man who is often moving around and fidgeting is going to give off the impression that he is anxious and out of control. You don't want to come off like this when people are meeting you for the first time. A man who exudes confidence and conducts himself with poise will invariably attract the attention of ladies due to the prevalence of this trait. You may begin your practice by doing the following. Imagine James Bond for a moment.
Do you believe you can make out the individual's fidgeting?
When you move more deliberately and purposefully, which comes off as more direct, you may get this effect by moving more slowly. It will give the impression that you are more sure of yourself, and it will demonstrate to others who are around you that you are more at ease in the setting that you are in. In addition to that, it contributes to the air of mystery and suspense that is already present. But, keep in mind that you should not stop moving completely. You don't want people to think of you as the strange person who walks in slow motion. It would be so strange.
Number 4. Work on improving yourself.
One other technique that you may use to attract the attention of women across the room is the following. The things you do, no matter how trivial or inconsequential you believe them to be, are always noticed by the ladies. While you are with her, she will notice if you are adjusting your clothing, and the fact that you are doing so will readily communicate to her that you are interested in her. Simply putting it, you are taking care of yourself in order to guarantee that you are noticeable and appealing to others. Not only will it demonstrate to her that you care about how you look, but it will also prevent her from speculating about whether or not you are interested in her. And that is the crux of the matter. Do not be scared to let her see you adjusting your hair or straightening your shirt for her, as long as you do it in a natural way. She will find it endearing that you are making an effort to appear your best for her. So do not be afraid to let her see you doing this. Number 3.
Space out.
Even though we've developed, the way we interact with one another is still governed by some rather basic social dynamics. And one of the habits that is most closely related to our ancestors is occupying space. Takes up a little portion of the land, which is the minimum amount required for you to feel at ease. There are 2 distinct aspects to this that stand out to female observers. They will first see that you did not attempt to dominate the situation and take more than you require. Despite how entertaining it may be, 9 out of 10 women are not going to like doing that. On the other hand, they are also interested in seeing that you have maintained sufficient room so that they may be comfortable. This particular aspect of it is of the utmost significance. Put your keys and phone down on the table, relax back in your chair, and don't try to cram yourself into an area that isn't big enough for you. That is not disrespectful, and it is as straightforward as it may appear. Nonetheless, this sends a clear signal of collaboration and confidence that makes it impossible for women to turn away. Number 2. Welcome walk. You've got nothing better to do on a beautiful day than to take a leisurely stroll across the park.
You see this individual wandering about.
But, he has his hands in his pocket and his head is lowered. What comes to mind when you think of this person for the first time? Of course, he is either stressed out or overworked, but what's more crucial is that he is inaccessible. Put your chest out and draw your shoulders back to make yourself appear more friendly. This stance exudes the quality that women find most attractive, which is self-assurance. It's as simple as that. If you watch any famous person, whether they be a rock star, a champion, or a celebrity, you will notice that they constantly walk in this manner. There is no reason why you can't replicate their success with your own walking style.
Number 1. Try to imitate her movements.
Imagine for a moment that a woman is making her way towards you. You have 2 options. Either you can maintain your stance and make her anxious, or you can take the moment and make the most of the chance to send some non-verbal flirting her way. Does this seem like something you'd be interested in doing? Mirroring is a strategy of enticing a female to stay staring at you that relies solely on your body language and is absolutely silent. The way it works is as follows. Let's say you spot a girl across the room, and as you go closer, you notice that she is adjusting her hair. The odds are that you will make a change to yourself, unconsciously and without giving it any thought. You may use mirroring to develop a sense of familiarity with a lady, which will make her more likely to approach you and chat to you. This is true even if the majority of mirroring will really happen on its own. Avoid doing the following one thing in your body language if you want to be able to attract females to come up to you without even having to talk to them. You are crisscrossing your arms. You were previously aware that this was something you shouldn't do, but if you're anything like the majority of males, you'll probably wind up doing it anyway. Having one's arms crossed is one of the most problematic body postures because, above all else, it conveys the message, do not approach. When girls see them, it's almost as if they have no option but to give up talking to you, even if they are interested. They will still give up not talking to you. And that was the 10 strategies for using your body language to keep ladies following after you. Since you're here, take a look at some of my other videos. Please like, share, subscribe.